This is a piece of buffalo rib. It's been sanded and polished. I put a little bit of an edge on it. My original intention was for this to become a knife. But I am going to put serrations in it and use this as a spearhead for one of my huntsman ceremonial dance spears. I'm going to start off with a pencil and mark where I want my serrations, and I like them opposite of each other, somewhat uniform. And then I will stain it, and that'll bring out the coarse and the fibers and the texture of the bone itself. I'll take my rat tail file, and then one at a time. As you can see, or maybe you can see, now I have a divot, and I will do that for each one. Do two at a time, come back on the opposite side, and do the same thing. And now as you can see, I have two serrations, and I will do the same thing all the way along, and then I'll stain it and attach it to the shaft. And 2 hours later, I have a spearhead that I have put serrations on and stained it. And as you can see, all the dark spots, that's all the pits that is in the bone. The stain stays in. I ground it, polished it, and it's ready to be put on a shaft. This is a shaft that I'm going to use. I have already taken a blade and I cut down approximately 2 inches, and then I split it a little ways, and as you can see, there is a split right here. And I'm just going to take this head and wedge it in there nice and tight, without my hand slipping and cutting the shit out of my hand. Just like that. Coming right along. The shaft is actually wild harvested cedar. I put a loop in the end of the sinew. Make another loop. Sinew is actually deer tendon. I do buy it commercially made because it's just a pain in the ass, even though I am a taxidermist. But sinew is the tendon, like I said, and it's covered in beeswax, which makes it really nice and tacky. Press it on there so it doesn't move too much. And then I just start wrapping.
Orphal's Corner. Today we're making a spring pole fish trap.
Wrapping it up with suede lace. That way the end isn't sticky from the beeswax. And here, I've got a piece of suede leather. This is what I'm going to use for the handle, the grip. Gonna mark it where I need to cut it. Be the piece that I'm going to use for the grip on the spear. One hole at a time. Okay, now I have hand stitched the suede grip onto the spear. I hand stitched it with sinew. I'll work on it some more tomorrow. Okay, what I have here is a piece of deer hide. This is from a deer I shot last year, 8-pointer to be exact. I dry tanned it, so now I'm going to soak it in water. That's all it is just simple water, and the skin will relax so that I can work with it, so I can put it on the spear. As you can see, the piece of deer hide is now relaxed and very pliable, and I'm going to cut this into a couple of strips and attach it to the spear. Now I have cut it into 2 strips and pre-punched the holes for my needle and sinew. And now I am stitching the deer hide onto the spear. going through. Now the deer hide is sewn on there, hand stitched with the sinew as you saw. And this hide dries, it'll actually reharden and will be the exact same shape and the contours of the shaft itself. Okay, as you can see, after the deer hide has dried, I added suede lace to decorate it. Now I'm going to add the feathers, the beads, and then I'm going to do the engraving. The engraving is actually burned into the wood. Kanoha Ladohi means the hunter in Cherokee, and this is the Cherokee language. The huntsman buffalo bone ceremonial dance spear that I made for Steve Freeman, the huntsman. You might want to check out his YouTube channel. Is now complete. I have blessed it with white sage and will be sending it to him shortly. Oh.